it's Essie here with a process video for Lottie Loves Paper, and I'm using the beautiful Heidi Swapp Sun Chaser collection today. And as you can see, I'm starting off with a little bit of mixed media. I've got a Peartree Cutfile Stencil. This one is Starburst from November 21 release. And I've got my Distress Oxides there as well. I'm starting off with the Lime Greeny Twisted Citron. And I'm using some new to me craft blending brushes that I've just newly purchased. I've always been a fan of the Tim Holtz blending tools. So this is my first try with these blending brushes and I'm quite liking them, I have to say. Really easy to hold and use. They've got a longer handle. So I'm finding them a little bit easier to hold than the blending brushes, or the blending tool rather. So I'm moving in there with the squeezed lemonade distress ink, and as you can see I'm blending the two colours and building up around that starburst. I'm not worried about the starburst. I'm going to cover that up with my photographs. There is a sunburst stencil which is similar to this, but with a circle in the middle for a sunburst rather than a star, if you did want to leave that centre showing. Oops, I should have taped my paper to my craft mat clearly, and I should have taped the edges, the right and left edges of my stencil, because it was all shifting about a bit there, but thankfully I've managed to complete that without any major catastrophes. And I finished off with the saltwater taffy ink and then the Kitsch Flamingo around the outside. Now I've placed a dotty stencil. Again, this is a Peartree stencil. I can't remember what it's called. And I'm using a wet wipe to try and lift some of the ink from my background. Just pressing down through the little bubbles around the stencil. I want quite a subtle look, but I want to be able to see where I've lifted the ink, and I'm not that happy with that when I lift the stencil, so I'm going to try the age-old flick technique. It's one of the first techniques I learnt from Tim Holtz, spritz and flick, and just, you saw me clapping there, the excess water from my hands, but I'm still not that happy. I want a bit more water reaction going on, so I end up just spritzing it from my water bottle. And as you can see, that creates much more reaction. I've got more water droplets that are much more noticeable around the edges there. So I dabbed all of that off with my kitchen roll, and now I'm sticking my photographs down in the middle of my page. I'm using some 3D foam sheets and just popping those photographs down. These are on holiday several years ago. And I've got that sheet of paper from the 6x8 Sun Chaser paper pad, and I have cut out the fruits there's 2 sheets of each pattern in the pad, so I've cut the fruits from one of them, and as you can see, none of the fruits that I've cut are complete, but that's okay because I want to tuck them in around my photo, so just have to be a bit careful about how I tuck them in, being a bit creative about where they're positioned, so that you wouldn't actually ever know that they were all part pieces cut from that background, from that paper. And this, I'm not sure whether this is a cherry or a plum or an apple or quite what it is, but it didn't have leaves. So what I did was I cut some leaves from elsewhere on the paper and then have popped them on there as if they were there all the time. Changed my mind there about where I want that, and sliced off the lemon to pop that other side. So now just the last piece there, I've got that orange, which has got all sorts of other bits over it, so I've just cut out the piece that's whole, you know, as the fruit, and rounded it off a little bit. And I'm going to find a leaf off the second sheet to pop on the top. So just cutting that one off there. And there we go. Not sure about that, actually. Yeah, that's better that way round. Still a little big, so I'm just going to trim. That's better. Trim some down. So that's my basic photograph cluster. Just moving the photographs over a little bit. Try and balance the whole thing across the page, and then coming in with my silicone glue gel to start sticking those pieces down. And I like using the glue gel. I'm tucking them under the photographs, but it just means I can kind of have each one at a slightly different level, create a little bit of texture and height to those bits, even though they are in the background. That one's kind of stuck half down by the photograph, so just adding some glue around the edge. And finally that orange and its leaf up the top there. So I've got my main background cluster, and I'm going to move on to start layering in my title, layering on my title even. I've used my thick as alignment tool to spell it out so that I can just have a look and see where I want it positioned. And I'm going to use, I found these fruit slices in the ephemera pack, so I'm going to use those instead of a couple of the O's, just because I like how it looks, and also means I've still got a couple of O's in my thickers, because this title is a little bit heavy on the O. So I'm using my silicone glue gel to just put some on the bottom half of the letters, because they are sticking half on the photographs, which are raised. So I just want them to sit a little proud of the background paper. And using my alignment tool to kind of try and get it in a straight line as well. I'm not good at straight lines. I have to admit, I often do my title on the wonk on purpose, so that I don't have to worry about getting it straight, but this one really needed to be straight. So I've pulled some more bits from the ephemera sheet, and then I've also got those really cute summer cocktails from Peartree Cutfiles. I was actually going to make this layout last week until I saw the new Peartree release, and ordered these cocktail pieces and knew I had to wait until they arrived. And I'm really glad I did, because they work really well with this layout. They are, they're really pretty, and they're etched as well. So just using those along the sides. Got the sticker sheet. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm going to use another cocktail. Just trying to decide. I like them all, and I can't decide which ones to use. I end up changing my mind in a minute. You'll see I swap them over again. The one on the left hand side. Yep, that one's coming off. I'm using that one instead. I've got 3 different designs then as well, so pop in a couple of rainbows, because every layout needs a rainbow. Again, using this, that's a cardstock sticker, little pieces of ephemera dotted around. And as you can see, I'm now coming down to the smaller pieces. I've got that tag over there, which says yay. And I wanted to bring in, because there's a little bit of turquoisey in one of the stickers and one of the leaves, I wanted to kind of bring that in somewhere else on the layout, just a touch of it, to break up the pinks and yellows that are going on. Using the word, those definition stickers, love those definition stickers. And again, that brings in a little bit more of that aquarry teal colour, the paler version. And another little rainbow, so I've got 3. Oh no, still only got 2. Need another rainbow somewhere. I think I find one. Just having a look, seeing what else I want to do. Having a ponder. I love this stage. It's my favourite bit, the sort of the building up all the little bits and pieces. And I can sit and faff around for ages. Oh, there it is, another little rainbow, but not there. Nope, down there. And now I've got some more Peartree bits, and these are from the July release, and they are Beach Time Doodle Hearts. Some beautiful summer colours there. I'm just going to dot a couple of those around. Just little confetti bits around the edges of my cluster. And I'm going to use a little orange one for the apostrophe in the o'clock as well in a minute. Going back to my definition stickers. Wanted to fill that gap there a little. It was looking a bit unbalanced. So I've got a little bit of something going on in that corner too. Just another little sticker there. I actually end up taking that sticker off in the end. You'll see. So that heart on the left hand side has got the word chill on it in that sort of rose gold foil. So I wanted to bring in another little piece of that rose gold somewhere else. So I've popped that little heart on the right hand side, and now I'm sprinkling some tinier pieces, some little star stickers from the Sunchaser sticker pad. Now I have a little bit of a disaster with this layout towards the end. You will see in the final version, in the finished product, that I have a border around, and my some of my fruits are black outlined. I felt like I needed to black outline. I wanted to kind of pull in the black lines from that are on the alpha stickers. So I used a black paint pen, and it blobbed on the definition sticker under that lime slice in the title. So I ended up having to move the sticker that I had put there. There you can see the black lines in the stills. And I doodled around the edge as well and managed to smudge the black pen. So I had to trim the edge down and stick a frame around, which is a sheet of the yellow from the Sunchaser collection. But I really like how it pulls the layout all together. So it was a happy accident, and I hope you've enjoyed watching how this came together, and I look forward to seeing you here again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.